Let's talk about Jennings. Is he qualified for pastoral leadership? And we're going to talk about his gay son, which I have no problem with, but we're going to look at the issue of his son being over the choir, having an active role in the church when he clearly in violation of the scriptures. We're gonna look at this right quick. I came across Jennings almost about 14 years ago now. And for about 12 years, he had me hooked. I grew up in the South. I grew up in the church. I liked it. I liked preaching. But I too got tired of hearing just the run-of-the-mill Baptist preachers who wasn't preaching against nothing. And like a lot of people, I was looking for somebody who had some meat in their messages. And when I heard Jennings preaching free time, I fell in love because the preaching his preaching have a lot of substance in it. And I was hooked. It wasn't until about 13 years later that I kept telling my wife, oh, baby, look at him, look at Jenny. And she finally one night, she looked at him off and on one free time. Yeah, but then she finally looked at him good. And she said, something about him I don't like. And after she said that, I started kind of falling back, looking at him, paying attention. I studied him for about a year or so. And I must say that once I started paying attention to him, I too saw his personality. I too saw how he preached. And I seen a lot of people comment were like, he arrogant. He preached from a prideful position. And he do. His personality is like, I'm holy. Everybody else is sin. He preached like he's Jesus. Even Jesus had compassion, but he stood up in the pulpit and preached like everybody in the world is capable of sinning except for him. And when you look at the qualifications of a bishop, it clearly say not a brawler, such, patient, can't be proud and stuff like that. But it seems like with Jennings, he pretty much have everything the Bible says not to be. His doctrine is off. He don't believe in Jesus Christ, the Son of God. At least he don't preach it. I heard a few times that he actually do believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God in heaven. But for whatever reason, he preached the oneness. I guess it helped him build his reputation, along with calling out other bishops, preachers. I don't mind the calling out preachers because that's what I do. I feel like if you're a preacher, you're a pastor, you should be on the up and up. You should preach sermons that got meat. Some preachers, especially in coaches, they don't preach nothing. So I appreciate that type of preacher. They not teaching the young women, the young people nothing in church. Kojic and not even the Baptist. They just preach. And when you listen to them, their sermons are empty. But that's what draws me to Jennings. But you have to realize he overdo it, have always been overdoing it. Won't take the time and have Bible study, have them shotgun debates and them shotgun drive-by. Q&A. He don't really have them that much now. People have questions. He twists a lot of scriptures to fit his narratives, like the oneness. All the scriptures in the New Testament where Jesus said, my Father in heaven, or the scripture say, this is my beloved Son whom I'm well, a voice from heaven. You ignore all the scriptures that clearly separate the Father and the Son, and still say Jesus Christ is God, meaning the Father. Hear ye, O Israel, our God is one. That's the scripture you love to go back in the Old Testament and use. Yeah, God is one. Because you can find those same scriptures in the New Testament. God is one. But Jesus Christ is God, but he's not God the Father. He's Lord. So where you putting Jesus Christ at? The Bible say the fullness of the Godhead is in him. So if it's in him, and the scriptures clearly identify two different beings, so it can't be a oneness like what Jennings preach. He say the Son ceased at the cross. Then he say you can't credit the Son for nothing. He take all the credit from Jesus Christ, all of it. Then, from my understanding, he have six or seven children, kids, and all of them pretty much is not living like they grew up in the church, especially his son is gay. Is it right for his homosexual son to be directing the choir? To be doing anything in the church except for sitting there trying to get delivered? Then I hearing that he have a son that don't even go to church, but living with him. And no doubt that his sons, his children are living off the money that the church is bringing in. He's on record saying he don't get paid, he ain't on no salary, he make his own money. But come on, for a long time I believe that, and I believe that to be true for a long time. But come on, we're dealing with people, we're dealing with black folks, money. Do you really believe that people ain't gonna use money when it's available? It's too easy not to. You gonna tell me they don't use any of that money that coming into the church for personal reasons? He may make his own money. I think they say he into real estate, flipping houses. That's not really necessarily a trade, depending on how you look at it. Anybody can go out there and buy houses if you got the money invest and then flip it. That's not really a trade. There's no skill in there. You just got to have capital. So with that, you have to look at how did he earn his money to that point. So it's a lot you have to look at. Then his son. I need answers. I want clarity to this. Because I've been asking around, and I just recently seen somewhere it's confirmed that one of his sons was seen in a casino and stuff like that. For him to be a hardline holiness preacher, why is it that when you look at his personal life, his children, it's not reflective of what he preached? Then his personality. He wear his personality on his shoulders. And you have to feel for the people that grew up under him in the household, wife and children. How hard was it? They ever was to ask. Hey. All right, how you doing? How you doing, man? All right. You doing all right? I need to move out your way. Oh, no, man. Well, actually, yeah, you don't mind for a second. how hard was it growing up with him. So just can't look over stuff like that. But reply to my post if y'all would.